So we have our status information in here in terms of active, inactive, and lurker, but we don't have any of our actual table information in there. We could add that in, but I think what I want to do right now is add in the active providers. So to do that, the first thing that I'm going to need to do is on this page, I want to have a new section here called providers active. So we'll say ng generate component and my shared dash, and we're going to do this as currency stream providers. And we need to put that in my module app. Good morning, Metin34. How goes it today? And so now, when I'm in my currency stream, singular, I want to, in my card content here, have this status, and then do a break, which I think we had a Angular material layout. Divider is called mat divider. And then we'll do a app currency stream. No, app currency stream providers. So there it is. And currency stream providers works. So in this one, I could say that this is not a subtitle. We're just going to put this as my card content and do a div mat h3. Okay. And then in my status, we have this currently as a subtitle. We want this to be a like that. And then we want this to be a mat, say div mat class equals mat h3. In this app status, you sure have a lot of spacing. That looks better. Now, if I go back here, I can make this a 2. And that looks pretty good. So now in the next one, we want to say a new, and we'll grab this off of shared. And I'll put this under my currency stream providers. And on this, we're going to have a loading, and it's going to say currency stream providers container. And we're going to say that this is providers awarding currency. Select the providers that accrue currency. And then this is going to be a add a provider. And I need to have, like I have in bots here, this mat form field option group. Okay, and this is going to be a add provider. And so now if my currency stream providers dot length is greater than 0, then we're going to have a provider name. Are you going to have anything else besides that? I think just the remove. So like that, remove currency stream provider. Okay, and then on the back end, we can steal a bunch of this stuff again. So we need to implement this on destroy. We do want to have mat sort in the input here as a currency stream ID. We're only going to have on this, if I look back at my statuses, it needs to have an edit and a remove. Okay, this one is one of these, and it's for a I currency stream provider. So if I look at my interfaces, we need to have a interface called I currency stream provider, which implements or it extends base interface. No, I don't have it working right now. And in this, if I look here at my library for my view models for a currency stream provider, this is going to have two things, a provider, which is a I provider, and a currency stream, which is a I currency stream. So this is going to be a currency stream providers called I currency stream provider array. And then we also need to have in here a number of these providers, which is a I provider array, and a provider selected, which is a string. This needs to be currency stream providers received, and a currency stream provider subscription. You also need to have a currencies received subscription. Okay, we'll have a web hub and the toaster service and map dialog. And then this one is a currency stream provider removed subscription. And this is going to be a get remove stream provider. Get remove currency stream provider. You have successfully removed the currency, the provider from the currency in the stream. And we're going to say stream or currency in stream provider for currency in stream removed. And otherwise we're going to say the provider for the currency in the stream could not be removed. Please try again in a few minutes. And we're going to say currency provider for currency in stream could not be removed. Yeah, I did Psychotronic. It was a driver problem. A couple of different things. So I'm running an AMD. I have a Titanium 1070 Ti in here. I was putting in a second video card, this GeForce 760, but this thing's pretty old and it's been really well used. That was causing some weird paging errors. It worked a little better when I put a new driver in, but ultimately I put an old Radeon card that I had into my third slot, so now my primary slot's running at 16 speed, and it seems to be a lot better. This one here is going to be a currency stream providers received, which is called get currency stream providers, which is going to be here a providers, which is provider, but this is wrong. We'll change this. It's a currency stream providers called a currency stream provider array. Like that. You need one more, which is this dot currencies receive subscription is equal to this dot webhub, and it's going to be a get bots route create dropdowns, get providers for currency stream dropdown, and we will subscribe here, and we're going to say that this is a list of providers, which this is just temporary, and then we're going to say this dot providers equals providers. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Whoops, 3. And then this is going to be request currency stream providers. This is a create currency stream provider, and we can just do a alert here called currency stream provider create invoked. There is no edit. and we have a remove currency stream provider. Like that. And then we'll have this modal confirmation box, which we need to make a little bit bigger. And if that is, then we're going to do a remove currency stream provider. So that looks pretty good. So now what we're going to open up is our web hub. And up here at the top, we'll do these, and we're going to say currencies, streams, providers received, currency stream provider received, create currency stream provider received, and remove currency stream provider received. We also have one more, which is called providers for currency stream provider dropdown received. Okay? And if I look at this, we can look at my iProvider, and I can do a provider is a iProvider, and I can call this a iCurrency stream provider dropdown. Like that. So down here, we're going to have a couple. We're going to have we can copy these. And we can have a receive currency stream, currencies, streams, providers, which is a iCurrency stream provider array called currency stream providers. Okay, this next one is just a singular called receive currency stream provider. Whoops. The next one is a create currency stream provider, which needs to have this success, and it's called a create currency stream provider received. And then the last one here is a remove currency stream provider, which is a remove currency stream provider received. This is the last one, and this is going to be a receive providers for currency stream dropdown. And this is a iCurrency stream provider dropdown. I'm going to say that this is a iProvider for currency stream dropdown. And this is a providers for currency stream provider dropdown, like that. let me stop this, and over on the web app itself, we're going to open up the hub. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a couple of things in here. Okay, the next ones are these requests. So underneath currency stream, I'm going to have a request currency streams providers here with a currency stream ID called request currencies streams providers, passing in this. This is going to be a request currency stream provider. This is a create currency stream provider called a currency stream provider. And then if I look at this, we also want to have a create request. And all this is going to have on it is the provider ID, which is a string, and my currency stream ID, which is a string. And this is a create currency stream provider. And this is a remove currency stream provider called this one. And then the last was this request providers for currency stream dropdown. And in this, it's going to be a currency stream ID, which is a string. And I'm going to do a if my this dot hub connection, then we can do this dot hub connection dot invoke request providers for currency stream dropdown. And I'm going to pass in my currency stream ID. Okay, and the only other one that you have is down here. We need to do the gets. So here it's a get currencies streams providers called currencies streams providers received. It's a currency stream provider array. This is a get currency stream provider singular, like that. This is a get create currency stream provider called a create currency stream provider. And this is a get remove currency stream provider called remove currency stream provider received. That was fun. This should be get currencies streams providers. And this is get providers oh, we didn't have the other one, which is a get providers for currency stream dropdown, which is a currency stream provider dropdown array, which is a providers for dropdown. Now this is actually a provider for currency stream dropdown, like that. like that. And this needs to be a iProvider for currency stream dropdown. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now on the code, this is going to be this one. And then this one. And we want to say disabled is when your provider dot is disabled. Okay, this is my add called create currency stream provider. And that should be it. So now we need to have our backend. So if I look at this, I'm going to want to have a public asynchronous task called a request currencies streams providers, which is going to be a GUID for my provider ID. No, for my currency stream ID. And then I need to have one called a public asynchronous task called request currency stream provider, which is a GUID ID. And then a public asynchronous task called create currency stream provider, which needs to pass in a currency stream provider create request. And then we need to have one called a public asynchronous task remove currency stream provider of a GUID ID. And then finally we have this public asynchronous task called this, which is my GUID for my currency stream ID. And in this one, we'll do an await clients.caller.send asynchronous, this with some data. Okay, first things first, under requests, under currency streams, you have a currency stream provider create request. And in this, it should only be a it's a GUID for my currency stream ID and a GUID for my provider ID. Now in my data access layer, under my auto mapper, it's here. We want to add in here a create request, which can just go to a regular one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to start to take this from up here. So we'll grab here, I'll move it into here, and this one's going to be a currencies streams providers get currency stream provider get currency stream provider create currency stream provider remove. And then also a providers for currency stream dropdown get. So this is a currencies streams providers get. And in my interface now, we're going to have these new ones called read currencies streams providers asynchronous, which is a currency stream provider DTO. And then this is a read currency stream provider asynchronous, which is just a currency stream provider VM. Create currency stream provider asynchronous of a currency stream provider create request. And then a no update and a delete currency stream provider asynchronous, like that. The other one is you want to get your providers. You want to have in here a task of a provider DTO. And I'm going to say read providers for drop-down currency stream providers. And we want to pass in here a GUID for my currency stream ID and a GUID for my application user ID. Hey there, remote. It is a new monitor. How are you doing today? Welcome back. So this is a read currencies streams providers from my currency stream ID, which is called a currencies streams providers, and we'll send a receive currencies streams providers, and we'll pass in this. Okay, the next one is this. So this is a currency stream provider get and a read currency stream provider singular. Asynchronous. Which is a receive currency stream provider. The next one is the create, which is here. This is a currency stream provider create. And if that doesn't fail, then we're going to do a create currency stream provider is true. And then we're going to do a request currencies streams providers. Okay, we have a remove, which is here. And then a read currency stream provider asynchronous. And then we're going to do a delete currency stream provider. And this is a remove currency stream provider. And then a request currency streams providers of your currency stream provider.currencystream.id, and then you'll write that OK, like that, and then that. And this is the last one here. So we'll take this from the read. And this is a providers dropdown. And this is a read providers for dropdown currency streams providers of my currency stream ID. And this is called providers, currency stream providers. And now what I need to do is right here, we want to do a for each var currency stream providers in currency stream providers. I want to do a new model here called a provider currency stream VM. And on this we want to have a provider, right? Isn't that what this was? And a currency stream. So it's a provider DTO called provider, and then a bool which is disabled. Yeah. So I'll make a new list of these. This needs to be an array. And then we'll do a vms.add a new one of these. And we're going to say the provider is my currency stream provider. And my is disabled is, and we will solve this right now. And then we're going to do the VMs here, and we'll return it called receive providers for currency stream dropdown. And this one will be null. So how do we check to see if a provider is valid? Hey there, Ant and Stefa. Greetings. How are you doing? So to check this, what we're going to want is we're going to want to get my currency stream here. Of my currency stream ID and my application user.id. And here, if my currency stream does not equal to null. Hey, Ant, Stefa, thank you so much for that follow. Appreciate it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them into the chat. Also, make sure you check out our YouTube, youtube.pixelhorrorstudios.com. I keep all the videos up there. Does this include currency stream providers? Now it does. All right, guys, I need just a break. I'll be back in 5-6 minutes. Thanks for staying with me.